Welcome to my channel, Tips and Tricks with Ace, and today I'll be showing you how I do this personalized water bottle, and these are the supplies that you're going to need. First, I'm going to measure the water bottle that I will be using. After I measure the water bottle, I'll be taking some cotton pads. You can use cotton pads, cotton balls, any other material that you can use to actually wipe some alcohol onto the bottle so that you can remove any dirt or any oils or anything that may be on the bottle. And that's why I have gloves on, so that I don't put anything back onto the bottle once I do actually clean it off. Once I set the bottle to the side to let that dry, I'll be going to create my design that I'll be putting on my bottle, and I'll be using the Phonto app, and that's what I'm in now, going in to actually make my design. And I'll be putting my name on this bottle, so all I'm going to do is put in my name, Candace, and I'm going to change the font to something that I would like to see better on the bottle, and I like something kind of bold so it's easier to read when I get to that part. Before I can use the image that I just created in Phonto, I will need to erase the background, and that's what I'm doing now using the eraser app. And it's also something that you can use in the Cricut design space, but I like to use eraser because it's something that I'm familiar with, and this is me saving it to my photos so that I can get to it once I bring up my Cricut design space. Once I get into design space, I'll be opening it up and uploading the picture that I just saved using the eraser app, and that's what I'm doing now. It's gonna ask you if you want to clean it up some. I usually don't. I've noticed that if you use Cricut design space instead of eraser, it does come out a lot neater. It's just that I'm used to the eraser instead of the Cricut design space, so that's what I stick to when I erase my background. And now I'm going to resize my name so that it will actually fit onto my water bottle. Now, being that this is a simple design, you do not have to change the color, but I did just to show a differentiation. Now I'm going to take the vinyl that I'll be using and cutting it to size. I like to put a line on it using the actual mat, and then I'll go in with the cutter and cut it to size. Once I have my vinyl cut to size, I'll be peeling off the sticky covering from the Cricut mat, and I'll be laying down the vinyl in the place where it can cut inside the Cricut machine. So make sure when you have it on your mat that it's in the same place that your Cricut design space is showing it, so that it actually cuts on your vinyl and not your mat. This is what it will look like in your design space. Don't mind the Lynn that you see on there. I'm going to remove that. I'm only going to do the Candace on my water bottle. I always forget to make sure that my device is linked to my Cricut machine, so that's what I'm doing now, is making sure that it's connected. And this is what my mat will look like once it's printed out or cut out by the Cricut machine. So here it's telling you the step that you need to do to make sure that everything is going to be done correctly. When you do upload your mat to your machine, you need to make sure it's on the correct setting. This is going to be vinyl setting. Then you need to make sure that you're loading your tools into it, and then there's a button on there that has like 2 arrows, and that's the button that you'll be hitting to load your mat into the Cricut machine. Once you have your mat uploaded to your Cricut machine, number 3 will come down and you can press go. There is a fast mode for this. I normally don't do the fast mode. It does not take long. I probably do stuff in between that and then start cutting for you. And this is what it looks like actually cutting. Now this is sped up, so it's not that quick. Once the Cricut machine is done cutting out my design, I'll be peeling it from the mat and then begin weeding out my letters so that I can get ready to place it onto my water bottle. Once you finish weeding out your design, you'll be left with what you'll be actually putting on the water bottle. It looks backwards on here, but in actuality I'm using my front camera, so that's why it looks that way. And I'll be using the transfer paper to stick it onto my water bottle. So you'll peel off the backing and you use the clear side and press that down onto your design, and make sure that you rub it really hard so that you can get the actual vinyl onto your transfer paper. Now you can peel the transfer paper from your vinyl Your vinyl will be actually on the transfer paper this time so that you can transfer it from the transfer paper to your water bottle. And that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to align my transfer paper with my design on it to my water bottle. Make sure that you're being careful with this because the transfer paper is really sticky. Once it's on there, it's really hard to get off. So just make sure that you have it the way that you want it and you can lay it down. And then I would say work from the middle, which is what I obviously did not do. I just started pressing it on here. But working it from the middle would make sure that you do not have any air bubbles in your design. After you rub it to make sure that it has transferred the design to your bottle, then you can begin to peel off the transfer paper and it will leave your design on the bottle. Once I have my design on my water bottle, I also like to go back over it with my finger to make sure that each letter is secure onto the water bottle. And that's it. I did have some air bubbles in mine. Also, this is a curved surface, so it's kind of hard to make sure that it lays flat. So I'm going back in with my weeding tool and trying to remove those air bubbles. And this is how my water bottle turned out. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.